Hello, everyone. Ancient wisdom of mudras. Mudras means hand gesture, pranayams, breathing, and yoga asanas can help us navigate through difficult times. Well, let's explore that in today's session. I think all of us are going through a lot of turbulence in our mind and mind for that matter. I am Amita from Nourish Talk, a platform for natural, holistic, and integrative therapies. Presenting this session, we have JC Yogi, who is registered as senior yoga teacher who has gravitated from being a head chef to a full-time yoga teacher in London. JC Yogi is joining us live from London. He has been practicing yoga for the last 10 years and has been a teacher for over 5 years. I don't know how many years you've been a head chef, but he motivates and inspires his students to lead yoga as a way of life, a journey to be taken peacefully and healthy in both mind and body. Welcome, JC Yogi.
Thank you, Amita. Thank you so much. This is an honor for me to be here with you and with everyone as well to share my experience. And going to your question, I have been in the catering as a chef for 25 years before I started to gravitate towards yoga, basically. And it's an amazing journey and the transformation and how actually yoga changed me. And I'm hoping to as well lead others as well in this way to can be as well influence them to change their life, especially as you mentioned in this current situation. We need mudra, we need pranayama, we need asana, we need dhyana, the meditation. We need to connect to that. So I'm grateful to be here.
So let's start with mudras. I don't think a lot of people know what mudras are. They're not as popular as the asanas.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is a beautiful mudra you put down there. So explain quickly. Mudra, they are energetic seal. Mudra are like if you want to call them, the vehicle or the channel that kind of transform the higher energy of the self into our body. So through the hands, we are connected with the element, and each fingers has a element obviously connected. And when we connect our hand, we connect this energy seals, and then we transform and we move the energy in our bodies. So that's the mudra in a kind of short sentence explaining what our mudras are.
So maybe you can give us an example, like
absolutely. I mean, these
couple of mudras.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a selection of mudra I'm going to go through with you as well. The first one is called Anjali mudra. This is a very simple mudra where we place the both hands together into a prayer position. And Anjali mudra is connecting us into the polarity of our kind of like male, female, the masculine, feminine, the sun and the moon, negative, positive, and how we can connect them through this energy and the flow of the prana in our body through this kind of like mudra. A very simple and is practiced by everyone and anyone on this planet, the Anjali mudra.
Okay, so we can go to the pranayama.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pranayama, and the word pranayama is the expansion of the breath. The prana is the life force energy, and the yama is the expansion of the breath. Pranayama in yoga is so essential. When we look at the word yoga in the West, especially, what we look at the asana yoga, we only associate yoga in the physical aspect of the practices. Yes, of course, but the pranayama is how we use these breath techniques and awareness of the breath and the expansion to allow us to actually go deeper into the self. And what you have on the front of the screen here in front of you, the Samavriti, is a very simple pranayama technique that allow us to, again, like I said, the fluctuations of this mind and then this breath. We're very lucky with the breath that comes naturally to us. We don't have to worry about it. But with a pranayama, we have a more expansion, and it's proven that actually it gives us a longer lifespan, and it gives us more vitality to our lungs. The prana is a healing energy, it's a life force energy that moves within the body, and how we transfer this energy, in the practices of yoga, asana as well. So when we combine them, the pranayama and yoga asanas, this is kind of becomes a deeper practice, especially here in the West.
We will get to the demo soon.
Absolutely.
So yoga asanas.
Okay, exactly. The asanas is actually the word asanas comes from the seat. So when we hear the yogi and the yogini will take a seat and to practice. So the yoga asana again in the West, of course, we have here the Tadasana with mountain pose, Vrikshasana, the tree pose, the crescent pose when we start to move side the body, Utkatasana, chair pose, and Parsvottanasana, the pyramid pose. So yoga asana is a various kind of poses that we take in the practice of yoga, whether it's hatha yoga, whether it's a ashtanga yoga, whether it's kundalini, whether it's rasa yoga where I train in. So there are all the different poses that we take in yoga to help us go deeper and then to open the muscles, rejuvenate the mind, the body, and kind of like all of this start to connect it together. So that's what the yoga asana.
So maybe you can give us a demo demonstrating these three things that we just talked
about. Of
about.
course, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we can start with one mudra. So let's go to a very simple mudra. I'm going to move to this here, and here you can see my lap and my face. So this is called Dhyana mudra or the concentration mudra. Left palms facing upward, rest it on your lap. Right hand a little bit on top of it. And you just connect your thumb and together right at the tip. And this is a great mudra for concentration, where you sit comfortably upright position. You don't have to be cross-legged. You can be seated on a chair, your feet on the ground. And then when you connect your thumb, as I said, this is what we call the Pancha Mahabhutas, which is the 5 great elements. And the thumb represents the Agni, the fire. And when we rest your palms facing upward, you connect to the fire element, the transformation within our body, within ourselves. And it's a great mudra that takes us into this concentration in meditation. So you can hold mudras from 2 minutes up to 40 minutes, 45 minutes in a meditation practice, especially these mudras. Some mudras can be taken, of course, while we're practicing asana. And like I say, most mudras, they are in a seated kind of meditation posture. So let's take this mudra and I'll just be here for a minute. I don't want to be for 2 minutes. And I want you to focus your energy, or let's focus on the flow of the breath. Allow the jaw muscles to relax. Allow the lip to lightly touch. Allow the shoulders to relax. And then be as far as you can erect into your spine. Comfortable in your hips and your knees and your limbs. And allow, like I said, the tips of the thumbs to lightly touch the left palms facing upward, the right palms on top of it facing upward. And pay attention on the flow of your own breath. Follow the inhale and follow the exhale. Always your awareness rested in the breath. If and when the mind wanders, simply bring your awareness back to this breath. Keep following this breath. Start to feel the effect of this mudra, the consciousness level, this concentration. Step fully and deep into your body. Of course, you become aware of the noise you hear around you. Be aware of the sensation in your body without the attachment. Simply let go fully. Just be present in each breath in and each breath out. And like I say, when I just come off, just in about a few seconds, if your eyes close, of course, you're ready to open your eyes. Then you can come back with the senses and to be ready here. So this is a great mudra for meditation. I practice this mudra a lot when I sit in my meditation.
Okay.
Okay.
What else can we learn from
We
you?
can demonstrate a little bit of the breath work, the pranayama. Actually, I'm going to demonstrate something different today. It's not on your agenda, but it's going to be a alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana breath. It's a very simple breath techniques where, again, Nadi Shodhana, and the nadis is their energy flow in our body. So we have over 72,000 nadis in our body, energy channels. So the main energy channels that we always connect to is the chakra system, where are located at the base of the spine and all the way up to the ground, the 7 main chakras. And of course, we have the 2 nadis, the left and the right nadis. When we do the alternate nostril breathing, we kind of like, we bring the level of these nadis or the subtle energy to connect and to be equal in a way. So sometimes our left nostril is more dominant, sometimes our right nostril is more dominant. So when we alternate that, we bring them to become a little bit more equal. So there's a simple technique. There's actually involved 2 mudras. There's this alternate nostril breathing. So it's interesting. Your left hand into the chin mudra, thumbs, index finger lightly touch, and rest it again. I'm going to move a little bit in my hand. Rest it onto your palms facing upward. The right hand into Vishnu mudra, your peace finger over towards the base of the thumb. And then you rest your right hand over your nostril. Your thumbs on the right nostril, the ring finger lightly on the left nostril. You close the right nostril, you inhale from the left, and you lightly close the left nostrils with your ring finger, open the right, exhale from the right. Your inhale from the right, close the right, exhale from the left. I want you to do it. I'm going to just guide you through it with my hand not over my nose so you can hear me properly. Inhale from the left. Close the nostril with your ring finger. Exhale from the right. Let the jaw muscles relax, of course. Inhale from the right. Close the nostril. Exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Close the left nostril. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. And release your right hand. Place it again to chin mudra. Thumbs in, index finger touching at the tip, palms facing upward. Kind of like this is one round of this pranayama technique. Nadi Shodhana is a great breath work and pranayama technique. And normally we take about 3 rounds. But like I said, for demonstration, we'll do 1 round only. And this is really going to calm you down. I recommend this pranayama techniques at any situation where we feel a little bit like under pressure, for example, like interview. For example, in your job, you're starting, you might be afraid of flying. We can't fly these days, but it's okay. So any of that, it will calm you down and will bring you into this, at this moment and the sensation you feel because we're aligning the nadis in a way. Okay, so that's the pranayama. So asana.
Sure,
Okay?
please.
Yeah, sure. That's right. We'll do a simple, because I'm going to be obviously, I'm going to move a little bit because I didn't expect to do asanas, but I'm going to move. So hopefully you can see me standing. Okay. So when we do any asanas, it's very important. We have the foundation of your feet, four corners of your feet, and this is what we call the pada bandhas. So if I do it in tree pose, I'm going to grab on my right foot, draw in, you draw the navel, you lengthen from the spine, breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. When you bring your tree pose, you bring your left foot inside the upper right thigh, perhaps. It's okay for you to stay upright tall. However, you can keep it grounded. And then with a tree pose, you just breathe because a very grounding pose that require earthing. With the tree pose, it's all about the earth chakra, the root chakra, the first, the mula dara. And then you bring your hand position in any sort of form, hand prayer, Anjali mudra. And that's what I like to use mudras. With asana, you can take it to chin mudra, you can take it to Prithvi mudra, where your thumb and the ring finger lightly touch at the tip. And you ground through your foot, you lengthen to the spine, your shoulders relax, and your gaze, I'm looking down towards you for the screen. Normally you look straight in front of you, relax the neck, and to grow tall, and then to root to the earth at the same time. And of course, when you're ready to release, you drop down, and you always do one side followed by the second side. When you're ready, of course, you always do the two side. Now, of course, the foot on the thigh, if it's not accessible, there's always modification in the practice of yoga. With this side, I'm going to take the Anjali mudra, show you the different mudras, how we can practice. Traditionally, your arms go straight up. But for the camera's purpose, I'm going to stay a little low. It's very important in any asana to keep the breath, the pranayama going, the flow of the breath. And of course, you hold it exactly the same amount of time as you hold the first foot, and then you come back into standing Tadasana pose. If you're happy with that, I can demonstrate something else later. Let's see how it goes. I might connect the other camera if you need to.
Yes, yes. Any questions from the audience? You know, this is
Will be great.
this should be an interactive session. So I
Absolutely.
see people attending. So if there is
Excellent.
anything that you would like Jesse Yogi to demonstrate for you, please put it in the chat. Otherwise, you know, we will keep going, Jesse and myself.
Definitely. I have as well, like I say, a few mudras to go
Sure,
through them
sure.
as well. But
All
let's
right,
see if
please
there's any
go ahead.
question.
Go ahead with your demo while someone
Okay,
wants to ask a
sure.
question. We've already said that.
Sure. Obviously, there are different mudras that connect us to different parts on our bodies, of course. There are mudras, like I said, we practice them in like a ritual, like a puja ceremony, in offering ceremony as well. There are different mudras that connect us to a deities, gods, goddesses, you know, the Buddhas and so on. Some of my favorite, because I do a 40-day sadhanas mainly. So my practices goes into like a sadhana practice. So I have either 40 or mainly 30 days as well. And through the 30 days or 40 days, I choose one mudra, one mantra, which is we haven't talked about mantra, but I'm happy to talk about it as well. So mudra, mantra, pranayama, asana. So this will be like my sadhana practice for 40 days. And I go through this and I chant particular mantra for 108 times using my mala beads. And that will give me a really solid foundation. The breath technique as well, I go through this every day. It's kind of like my sadhana kind of lasts for about around 20 to 30 minutes. Plus, of course, if I'm doing a physical asana practice, then that will include another 30 minutes or 35 minutes. So kind of keep my body limbering as well using, because asana on its own is great. But if we're not combining all of these elements together, that's going to be, you know, we can come to a place where we can stuck. And I noticed this in my journey in yoga. And that's what I hope through my student who comes to my classes via Zoom, live teacher training that I want them to feel and reap the benefit, because we can come to a point where we can stuck in our journey, in our yogic path. Okay, one of the great mudra I like is called Padma mudra. Padma, its connectors mean the lotus. From the hand in Anjali mudra, you open the three fingers out, you keep the little fingers connected and your thumb connected, and you bring it to your heart center. And that represents the lotus. The Padma mudra is a great mudra that connects us into the roots of our being. And not only that, in the Padma, it represents, and honor the paradox. So the through the murky water, and then obviously the beauty of the lotus, because the lotus emerged from the murky and muddy water. It goes under the water in that soiled water, and suddenly it rise up in this beauty that shines through. And then exactly the same kind of like what happened in human, in our body. Often, basically, we go deep into this darkness to reveal the soul beauty within ourselves. And this is what Padma Mudra represents. So it's really great mudra as well. When we feel a little bit into the self, we feel a little bit more anxious, we feel a bit down, we remember we can shine through this heart center, and we can open up through this mudra. So this is a great mudra to practice it. Any questions? Yeah, the Padma Mudra, like that.
Yeah, beautiful. Any questions from the audience, please? All right. We can do one more mudra. We'll wrap
Okay.
up
Yeah.
in 2
Okay.
minutes.
Oh, we got a question. There you go.
Oh, yes, I see that.
Okay. When did you introduce mudras in your yoga practice? That's a very interesting practice. Thank you for asking this. Okay. I like everyone else. I went to yoga for physical practice. Like I say, my story or my path started in the catering. I'm Lebanese born, and this is like a very hectic, stressful job. So my yoga journey started with like only physical first, because I want to release. Then about 2014, I met my teacher, Sienna Sherman, who lives in America, and I studied with her, and we studied the Rasa yoga. And then she introduced me to a lot of mudras. So since then, I've been practicing mudras with my practice of yoga. And I generally say mudras change, so much, especially in the sadhana practices. When I went through my sadhana practice, when I started to do 40-day sadhana practice, and it is amazing. And my favorite, is I'm wearing the shirt, but you can see it, is Ganesha. Ganesha is one of my favorite deity, which I'm going to go to it. And he gave me this routine, and he allowed me to ground, basically. And we can go to the Ganesha Mudra to explain and show you the Ganesha Mudra. So the Ganesha Mudra, your left hand, palms facing out, thumbs down. Right hand, palms facing forward, and you connect your forefingers. Remember, I'm opposite you. I'm using the same hand. And then your thumb on top, thumb underneath, and you place it onto your belly. And you just hold this mudra. Close your eyes, and you feel the grip of the hands without so much tightness, without so much looseness. It's just about right. In Ganesha, because he has the twisted trunk, and actually there's Ganesha on the wall as well. There's always Ganesha everywhere in my house. Ganesha teaches us the twisting and turning of life itself. Life is not easy. It's not like from A to B to C to D. It goes from A to F, from F to Z, from Z to so on. And we face so many obstacles in our life. So when we ground with Ganesha, because you really sit at the Muladhara, you sit at the threshold. And when we sit with Ganesha Mudra, and then we work with the Samavriti, actually, this is really great pranayama as well. This is teach us how to actually, when we calm through our mind, through our body, everything else around us can be find solution to. So when obstacles arise, Ganesha teaches how to turn it into opportunities. Might be not the solution, maybe we're not solving these obstacles, but we're trying to turn around these obstacles and find some opportunities we can learn from these obstacles. So for me, Ganesha Mudra, Ganesha practice, Ganesha Samavriti, Ganesha sadhana for me is a very, very, very important. And I learned so much wisdom because he is the wisdom. He teaches us the wisdom. He teaches us everything. And then the mantra as well, of course, a very, very deep effect. So we can go to mantras if you wish at some point. Let's see the question, how it comes on, and then we'll see how it goes. I hope this answered your questions. So this is when I was introduced to mudra in my yoga practice in 2014. And I've been practicing now, it's been 6 years. So even before I become a full-time instructor, yoga teacher, so I was start to practice mudras in my journey.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Any other question from the audience? We can go to maybe one mantra chanting or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Did someone think of any other question?
Yeah, let's wait for a few minutes to see any question. We can chant some mantras.
Okay.
Do you want me to slide back, or they heard me? Hopefully.
Yeah. You're audible. Don't worry.
Okay.
They'll come back if there are questions. Don't worry about it.
No problem. Yeah, no problem at all. And just remember as well with the let me just quickly, I'm having here like that. So with the Pancha Mahabhutas, the fire, the Vayu, which is the air, the ether, the earth, and the water. So that's the 5 elements.
Yes.
So, and then when we touch the tip of it, so we connect, the fire is always a transformation, and then we always connect the fire element to the other element. And then if we go on top, often represent that we are kind of like not in control, but we are like expressing our fire element is the other element of in our hand gesture. It's very, very important. Mudras is so profound, and there's over thousands of mudras. We can practice it. I'll go through a few more as well at some point. Let's just wait and see if there's any question available.
Yes.
I did answer live, yeah.
Okay, I don't see anything else. I think we could do a mantra, maybe.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, mantras, obviously, with the mantras, there are some Sanskrit are difficult to pronounce, which is, it took me a while to learn. And I'm so grateful because I learned so many beautiful mantras from great scholars, great teachers, and my teachers as well. She put us into these mantras programs and where we can learn. So because Ganesha is my favorite, so I'd like to chant for Ganesha's mantra. And Ganesha's mantras, I don't know whether you want to write it down or write down the thing. Om, Gam, as a G-A-M, Ganapataye Namaha. Is Om, and I salute the remover of obstacles. So Om, Gam, Ganapataye Namaha.
Okay.
So we're going to just ground ourselves. So of course, as you can hear me, I'm going to take the Ganesha Mudra at the same time. Hold on to the Ganesha Mudra at the low of the belly. It's a very slow mantra. I'm not going to go fast with this. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Ganapataye Namaha. Mantras are asana for the soul.
Beautiful.
Through mantras, thank you. Mantras, they invoke so many in our soul. There's a lot of energy and a lot of expression come out. And then when we sing and chant mantra, we transform from the inside, not the outside. And that's what full yoga is all about, actually. When we have this full spectrum of yoga and we connect through mantra, mudra, meditation, asana, and this is exactly the life transformation. Is there any questions? I can see chat.
It's beautiful. Yes, so someone is asking, can you show the Sankalp Mudra, please?
Okay. What do you suggest? Which one to practice in a given day, since there are many different types? Okay, that's a very, very good question. Obviously, I mean, Anjali Mudra is a great mudra. It depends if you practice meditation. The chin mudra is one of the best mudra to practice. Thumbs, index finger. Now, with the chin mudra, your palms facing down. So if I turn lightly, so you rest, thumbs, index finger, and the three finger roll slightly into that. That's the chin mudra. This is a great, great mudra to practice on a daily basis. And this mudra, you connect the universal soul with your individual soul. And as a yogi and yogini, we don't need the impurities in our life, which is the ego, the attachment, and the judgment. So the three other fingers roll down naturally to the earth. We simply let go of them and we connect our individual soul with the universal soul. Then the same mudra, if you want to turn it upward, becomes a jnana mudra or yanana mudra. So the J can sometimes pronounce as a Y, yanana mudra. Now, two reasons for this mudra, same mudra. One is for receiving energy, your palms up. One for being grounded. So you turn your palms down. So become chin mudra, jnana mudra. So both the same hand position with your index finger and your thumb. The other three fingers roll out naturally. One facing down for a little bit more grounding. One facing upward for receiving the energy from the higher consciousness. And it's a great mudra to practice every day. I hope answers all the question.
That's great. That's great. I think, I want to say that JC Yogi offers classes, and we will be bringing his classes very soon, where he combines everything which he's talked about. And we will let everyone know when the classes are available. So any other questions? Well, it says thank you.
Pleasure. You're welcome.
Yes. All right. So I think we are ready to wrap up. This is an intro session. Anything else you would say?
I think it's amazing. I mean, obviously we managed to get so many mudras. I'm going to make sure, because I wrote down a list of mudra: chin, jnana mudra, lotus mudra, the Padma. I mean, obviously, mudras for healing. A lot of people asking me for mudras for healings. Okay, there are so many mudras for healing, and then all mudras, they are healing mudras. But when we look at the healing element in our human bodies, in the belly in general, the healing process is actually around the anahata. The anahata is the unstruck, the heart chakra. The heart chakra sits right in the center of our body. And it is like the one between the three lower chakra and the three higher chakra. Because we started from the Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, anahata, and then the throat, which is the coming to me, the Anya, the Vishuddhi, the Anya, and of course the Sahasrara. So all these chakras, and of course essential, very interesting, very important. But the healing kind of like one is the Anahata. The Anahata is Anahata chakra. It's not easy chakra, mudra, but it's a great mudra for healing. And I use it a lot as well. So from here, you interlace and you bring the ring and the middle finger together like this, and you keep the little finger, the index finger, and your thumb. So you interlace the ring and the middle finger like this, and into the palms, and then your little finger, your index, and your thumb. And then, yeah, you bring them down, Amita. There you go.
Yeah.
And then this becomes your Anahata Mudra chakra. So if you start with your hand up, let me start it this way.
Yeah.
So your hand up, and then you interlace your middle and your ring finger, and then you keep that, and your index, little, and that's the form like this. There we go. And then into the heart center.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is a great mudra. It's an amazing mudra for the Anahata because it is like, looks like a heart center, and you place your thumb rightly on the sternum around the heart center. And you know, visualization as well. And another thing as well I want to mention as well, visualization, or a what we call yantra, is a great practice of meditation. So you can gaze, bring that. For example, if you have a candle, you lit a candle and you can gaze a candle. You can, of course, if you are into, I've got, this is my altar, right? This is where I'm sitting, my altar there. I've got a yantra, the Shri yantra. So this was bought in India when I was in the Kumbh Mela last year. So when I sit meditating with mudra and mantras often, and then kind of like my gaze, that was this yantra, the geometrical, the sacred geometry as well. So this is a great way as well, because meditation, a lot of people come to me and ask me like, I cannot sit and meditate. Why? Because the mind is jumping from one place to another. But when we connect mudra, mantra, yantra, and breath awareness, we are single focusing everything to really connect into the center. And that's what it is. So in a way, we are bringing ourselves home to ourselves. And that's what it is.
Really beautiful. One comment is, thank you so much. I've learned so much from JC. His classes are amazing.
Thank you, Jenny.
His classes we'll be bringing those classes. This is just an introduction, a sneak preview or a trailer we wanted to show our viewers, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely, definitely. I mean, yeah, I do recommend, if you haven't done yoga, please join in, send us a message. I mean, I'm jcyogi.com. Send me an email. So I'm in touch through you as well. I'm on the platform Nourish Doc, so I'll start to put some more product as well, some more information, how you can find me, reach out to me, because in a time like this, we really need to be grounded. You know, the mind is like so much fear, so much anxiety, so much kind of like uncertainty these days. And yoga is the answer to what's happening in our life and how can we be grounded? How can we connect into the self? Like I said, I'm coming back home. See that we go back to our home, the heart. So when we turn, there's another one I like, the Anahata, because when we turn and we kind of like, we point to ourselves, we always point towards the heart. We never point our head or our shoulders. We always point to the center of our being. We always point to the heart center.
That's really beautiful.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much, Amita, for having me here as well. Have a lovely rest of your day, and getting darker for us, but I say your day is starting there. So please reach out to me anytime, and I'm so grateful for being here with you as well.
Thank you. Reach out to us at Care at Nourish Talk. We will be bringing JC Yogi classes pretty soon. And we will let everyone know. And thank you so much, and namaste. Have a great day.
Namaste. Thank you so much as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.